Hello, Libra. This is your reading for the week of December 29th. If it resonates, and it may not, it certainly won't be for every Libra. And of course, it could be Libra rising as well as Sun and a lot of Libra in your chart or your moon. You'll know if it resonates with you. So the first thing that I saw as I started asking what we were doing with you was I saw you standing in the middle of a room and there's space around you, but it's almost like you're talking to yourself or you're ruminating. There may be one person listening to you, but mostly it's a lot of stuff going on in your head a little bit. And it's with a kind of frustration. It's like you're standing here and then you kind of walk a little bit and then you stop and you go again. So I feel like for some of you, there may be some frustration going on right now, which of course is not uncommon during holiday seasons where there's a lot of pressure and a lot of expectation about what it should look like, what it should feel like, how it should all play itself out. What you're being told, my dear Librans, is, gosh almighty, the three cards that you get, because I asked for three key cards again. You get choice, forgiveness, and what I like is, so what I'm really getting here is, my loves, is that you guys are being called on to make a choice. And as I say that now, there's this whole other stuff coming in, but we'll get there. Remind me. We'll get so choice. What they're saying here is, choice is always operating, whether or not you're conscious or unconscious of it. But if you find yourself in this position where you're going with all that frustration, check into where you can choose to be forgiving instead of frustrated about the way somebody is being. The ironic thing is, part of the reason you get frustrated around somebody is being is because what you want is you want to create the perfect environment, the perfect atmosphere for people. And it's not always something that they cooperate with, because they can come in with a bad mood and then no matter what you do, it doesn't work for them. Okay? And the mood isn't happy and you don't like it. And then you feel deficient somehow because you haven't been able to fix it. Well, Libra, we're here to tell you it's not your job to fix it. And what you can do is you can choose just to forgive this person for being who they are, because they're not always operating on the same level of intentionality of creating a positive atmosphere for everybody. Excuse me. It's not uncommon for Librans to find themselves with people who might be a little bit more self-interested than they are interested in creating a dynamic of peace in a situation. Again, not every Libra, but if you are in that position, what Spirit is saying to you is, you have a choice. Which road are you going to go down on? Are you going to let that person spoil your mood or spoil the atmosphere? Are you going to let them take you into that vibe? Or are you going to choose forgiveness and then follow it up with focusing on what you like about them? And I say them could be a situation, but we'll just stick with a person right now. What do you like about it? What do you like about them? And this isn't so that you wash over whatever is going on. It is that in the moment when you can choose to focus on what you like, it's what helps pull you out of the negativity, which is where we would like you to be right now. We would like you. Forgiveness is great, because what forgiveness does is it reminds us that there's always a lot going on that we don't necessarily know about. And that if we can remember that in a moment when we want to be frustrated or irritated with somebody, or when we are feeling offended by somebody, what this is actually saying, Libra, is that just for now, let this person be blameless. Say, you know what, there's more going on here. It's not just about me. It's not just about this situation. There's something maybe more going on here than I really understand. And so instead, what I'm going to choose to do is not focus on what's frustrating me with this person or what's upsetting me with this person. I can acknowledge it. I can know that it's there. I can choose not to take it personally. I can choose to help lift the frequency by focusing, even if it's just in my own mind, on what I do like about this person. And sometimes expressing it, not as, I wish you wouldn't do that, I don't like it, I really like it when you do that. But if you just focus on the positive about them, sometimes that's enough to lift them out of it as well. The main thing is, my dears, is you are sometimes, because of your concern about making everything okay for people and trying to keep the boat from rocking, you can end up in frustration and anxiety when it doesn't play out in what the perfect scenario is. But that just adds to the stress and the aggravation of it. So what Spirit is suggesting is say, you know what, I have the power to choose how I want to be in this situation. And yes, sometimes, especially in the holidays, especially if we're stuck in situations where we kind of feel obliged to be in, but it wouldn't be a situation we would normally choose. It's a really, really good opportunity for you to do this and realize you might have to keep doing it until you can separate yourself from whatever it is. And then look at it and make decisions about how you might want to do it next time if this is something that is unavoidable in your life, right? Or it feels unavoidable, because there are very few things that are really unavoidable, okay? So Libra, please choose forgiveness for your own sake. Focus on the things that you like for your own sake. And what I'm being told here is, and remember to apply this to yourself too. When you are finding yourself deficient, always own up to what you think you could do better. But reality check on what that actually is, because you can have standards for yourself around certain things that are unreasonable and can add to your sense of frustration and your sense of not being enough, good enough of what in whatever way. Forgiveness and focus on what you like about yourself. And that helps lift the energy. And when your energy is lifted, we always make better choices when we're in a more positive energy. Okay? I leave it with that, my dear Librans. If you're celebrating something, happy celebrations. If you're not celebrating anything in particular, celebrate life. Take care, my dears.